Good morning. Good morning. Let me see if this is working. I think it is. So it is me and Michelle's going to come over in just a little bit. But I want to just make sure I did this right and that you guys, I'm going to see if somebody logs on. Hello. I'm hoping, there we go. Good morning, Chris. Okay, we're going to make this short and sweet because it is just me and we have a lot to do. I just heard from Patrick, so I dropped Patrick off this morning at 5:30. It was the only time I get up that early, like 5, is when I have to go to the airport or for surgery, it seems like these days. So, but he's doing, we can't hear you, or you can hear me. I think somebody said they can hear me. So I dropped him off at 5:30. I think his surgery was at 7:30, and he called me at a little past 9, and he said he was out. I mean, he was up, not up, but he goes, I go, did they wake you up? And he goes, no, he goes, I just woke up on my own. And the first thing he says to me is, he's like, I'm still kind of out of it, but I got a call from Old Dominion Freight, and they said we need to call him back, so call them. So, anyways, so then I got off the phone with them, and I called him. So I think he's doing okay. Like, what I heard was it was either going to be minor surgery or major surgery, depending on, and if you don't know what was going on, Patrick had, I called it his love bump, but he had it was his built-in neck pillow. He had like a lipoma on the back of his neck. And so they said if it was encased that it would be pretty easy, I think, to take out. But if it wasn't, meaning it was just kind of floating around in there, then it was going to take a lot more time. But from the amount of time it took, I
sounds like it was encased.
I think it was best case scenario. And no more love bump.
Aw.
I know. It was my hand rest. I would take my hand and rest it on it. And I would like squeeze it.
Oh,
it was
Jeannie!
You know those balls that you use for your hands.
Yeah.
It was my built-in.
Yeah, John had one too.
Stress ball.
Yeah,
it was my built-in stress
not
ball.
quite as big as Patrick's, but he had one as well.
Yeah. I don't know, it just, when it was little, I think, no, it's probably like 5 years after we got married or something, where it popped up out of nowhere.
Hi, Debbie.
It's Girls' Day today.
Hello, Michelle and April.
So, I did want to talk to you about a couple of things that are going to be happening. Quilt Talk is up. So if you want to sign up for the next Quilt Talk, that is our Quilting 101 series that we're doing with Michelle Burritt and
the other Michelle, not this Michelle.
Not this Michelle, and Gail Cram. So that is going to be happening on the 23rd and 10:15. Okay, 10:15. Topic of the day: thread. So let's demystify thread a little bit.
It's funny how no matter what machine it is, whether it's quilting, whether it's embroidery, whether it's sewing, it's always about thread, isn't it?
Yeah, and
it really is.
And it's important to understand that thread makes a huge difference. Michelle did an amazing project this weekend.
Yeah, for some of you that were, it's been 2 weekends. I've been working on it progressively for about 2 weeks, but some of you have been following along on either my Michelle Sews page or my Fabric Crush page, but the Wicked jacket is finally done. Yes. I finished it last night. So, it was fun. So the last thing to add to it was some patches that my goal has been, actually since I started embroidering, was to find an embroidery stitch that replicated as close as possible to an actual chenille, which is a completely different machine. And does a completely different stitch. But for like a varsity jacket patch or something like that, I mean, there's a lot of workarounds. There's a lot of faux. You can use microfiber. You can use a regular terry cloth towel. You can use a lot of different things. But I wanted something that replicated it. And I think I finally got it. So,
yeah, should we show it to him?
Yeah, let's do.
Like, I thought this was amazing, like what you can do with thread.
Yeah, thread. And here, we're back on topics, back on thread.
Back onto thread. Here we go. Here's the big reveal. So this is what Michelle's been working on.
So
I don't know if you want to walk us through it.
So these were I didn't digitize any of this, so please don't think that I'm that, because I'm not a digitizer. I'm an embroiderer. So
I'm going to put it close to them so they can
I
see.
did find a font that was supposed to be chenille, and the first time I stitched it out, it was good, but it wasn't really good. So yesterday I got the idea that maybe, I kind of like to go rogue once in a while. And this was, I put 2 strands of 40 weight embroidery thread through the eye of a single needle on my multi-needle machine, not on my Luminaire. I do not recommend that for a home machine. But I thought, what the heck? I threw it in. And when it was done, so it has double the amount of thread. So instead of running it twice, this kind of gives it a little bit of a different look because they stack on top of each other.
Yeah, so the thread we're talking about is not the satin outline,
no,
but it's the fill.
It's the fill.
This fill that looks like kind of plush and...
bumpy and loopy like chenille.
Yeah. How cool is that?
It was fun, yeah.
Will you walk us through this?
Yeah, so this is we're doing a show in Long Beach at the end of the month. And this show is a show that's for more of the professional embroiderer kind of situation. So I wanted a sample to bring that would be kind of a make them stop and look in the booth. So you really need to have something that's showy. And this actually is pretty showy. So it's a combination of, applique embroidery on the back with
I know,
with
is
glitter
that
vinyl.
so much fun? And look at their profiles, like it's them. That's Ariana, and what's the name of the other guy?
I can't remember her name. I'm sorry, but it's Glinda and Elphaba.
Yes.
But
there's more down here.
There's more. There's wording down here. So this is actually embroidery on the jacket. Now, I know you can't touch it and feel it, but this is actually a stretchy knit jacket. So the challenge was what to pick and how to do it. Yes, it's all the rage right now. That's why I did it. I have no intention of ever wearing it. I just want people to stop and visit us in the booth. And then this one over here was one design. And I thought, you know what, there's no way I'm going to sew all those stitches on a knit jacket and not have it be a puckered mess. I don't care. So this is not a situation where floating is better.
Yeah.
Floating is not better in a knit jacket. It just makes it stand away from the body. So I actually did this part stand alone as a patch.
You guys can see it.
I opened it up in software. I did nothing to the design other than cut the leaves away from the center. I sewed the center as a patch.
Nice.
And then I sewed the leaf on the jacket and then fused the patch on.
So smart.
There's always a way to get around an issue like that, and I'm a firm believer that floating is not the way. Because in clothing, when you continue to float stabilizer, it just makes it stand away from the body when you're done. So it's just, it's just not always a good. Where did I find the jacket? Well, I believe I got it about a year ago. It's been
waiting.
It's been waiting.
Just new.
It's been waiting. I think I ordered a bunch of them off of AliExpress.
Yeah. So wanted to show you, give you a little inspiration, show you that Michelle isn't just a bag lady. Michelle's an everything kind of lady.
Yeah. Well,
and I just thought this was like so interesting with like doing that.
I was so stoked when I was doing that last night. Dana and I were chatting I stopped and visited with Dana a little bit yesterday. And
who's been a mad woman on her Aveneer.
Yeah, she has.
Let's talk about the Aveneer.
Yes.
Those of you who are getting your Aveneer right now, expect some glitches. Just expect they're going to iron out the kinks. Like every time they launch a new machine, so I have been I've been biting my tongue on the Aveneer group because I apologize in advance, but it just sounds like a bunch of cranky old ladies on there. Well, there are some real issues.
But all of these issues were actually mentioned beforehand, and they will be solved. Having worked for the company for 17 years, I know that whatever it is, it will be fixed. It's just going to require a little patience.
Yeah, so just let us get through it. It will be the machine of your dreams.
It will. I was looking at it over at Dana's house the other day, and I'm like, even without Design Center, it's amazing.
Yes.
But what I would recommend if you have one, just to circumvent problems now, please don't try to establish My Connection yet. If you have if you have My Connection is only for a Scan and Cut SDX 330 and now the Aveneer, but preferably previously the Luminaire and the Stellaire. It is not Artspira. It's a totally different thing. The problem with it is you can't check the connection because my Design Center doesn't work right now.
Okay.
So when
Do
you
hear
send
that?
something to the from the Scan and Cut to the Aveneer, it doesn't open in Embroidery. It's never been in that pocket. That's never where it was supposed to go.
So it's My Connection
It opens in the designs that you send from My Connection on the Scan and Cut 330, like when I send it to my Luminaire to make an embroidery design out of it, I open it up in Design Center. It doesn't open up anywhere else.
Got it.
So, you don't know if you've made the connection or not because you can't even open My
Yes.
Design Center yet. So just be patient and wait.
Yes.
As far as Artspira, Dana and I had a conversation about it yesterday. Your starting point should be with Brother registering your Aveneer. That should be where you start.
Okay.
Because then you should be able to open Artspira and it'll find your machine and you can actually merge your machine into Artspira, which is just the beginning, which will also work later with your Scan and Cut, okay? But My Connection's not going to be until Design Center's up and running, is my guess.
So that's some good information, and some people might not be watching this, so maybe we could put together a little list.
Yes.
So you guys aren't
Yes.
worried about it and thinking that stuff isn't working.
Yeah.
And there's some glitchy stuff.
there are. There always is on a new machine launch.
Yeah, so there's some glitchy stuff. I don't want you to stress out about it. We'll make sure everything is perfect, and they'll have updates which will fix all of those glitches. And
Yes.
if you were around for Luminaire and Solaris, they had multiple updates to get everything up and running.
So I'm not sure. Lady Fair, good question. So we tested on Dana's yesterday. Dana has PE Design 11, and it was possible to transfer wirelessly from PE Design 11 to the machine. There was no problem. It connected immediately. I wasn't aware that you could transfer within Brilliance wirelessly to the machine, so that's something I can research. Design database transfer wasn't available on her laptop either for this. So I assume it'll be something that they'll work on as we go along.
Yeah, so you're not the only one, LaDonna, that we heard about the design database transfer not
Yes.
working right now. Just give us a little time, give Brother a little bit of time, but they'll get that up and running. You'll be
Yeah.
able to go wireless, like you were on,
Yeah.
the Luminaire, and
Yeah,
I
and
love design
I
database transfer.
I don't
love it.
personally. I don't use it because I send from PE Design, but it does. I have tried it. Here in the store for machines that don't have that with PE Design, and here's how the thought process works, and maybe this will help some of you understand better. The engineers that build the machines don't sew. They don't sew. They don't embroider. They have no idea how you're going to use them. Okay, they have a series of requests of features to put in machines. So they put the feature in the machine. The feedback when the machine gets into the hand of the user lets them, there is no wireless transfer in BES, period. When it gets into the hands of the consumer and they become aware of issues that they weren't aware of because they don't sew, there is usually a timely response with an update to solve the problem. I've never had it not end up that way. So
we'll be good. I know it's frustrating right now. I haven't even. I was going back and forth about the machine at my house, but do I have something on me?
no, I'm just. Oh,
Yeah.
for the class today?
Yeah.
Well, they can still tell them they can still watch if they want.
Yeah, get their name and number, and I'll call them back. So Michelle does have a class, and we did want to talk about that. And like, if you have any questions, just reach out to us.
Yeah, just call.
And we'll see what information that we can get for you. Michelle's got Scan and Cut that's going to be happening. If you didn't get your kit in time for the class, I tried to get everything out and send everything priority that I could send out priority.
The post office is not something we can depend on.
But if you didn't get your kit, then there is a pre-recorded version. So I put everyone in the class, and I tried to send those people that I thought might not get it in time the pre-recorded version as well. So now you can watch the live class and ask questions, and then you can also do the pre-recorded class at your leisure.
Yeah.
When you do get your material.
So a couple of questions.
What are they asking?
Can you send a design from PE Design 10 to the Baby Lock Altair? The transfer wirelessly was a feature in PE Design 11, so it wouldn't actually even be in 10. And I would imagine, I don't know. I'm going to say I don't know because, they're two different brands. They're the same machine, but two different brands. So I don't know if working the two brands is going to work or not. I don't know. Samantha, here's where my situation is I have not yet received my copy of BES Silver. Everybody got it in their bundles. I ordered just software. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we ordered that. We ordered that for multiple people, and we haven't gotten it yet.
So I don't want to do just a class just for BES for Dream, because that software, in essence, is about 15 years old. Which is fine. It's still relevant. I still love it. It's got a lot of the same features, but BES Silver has more features. So I'd rather do a combination class that lets everybody with BES from 4, blue, and silver in the same class. It just makes sense for me to do it that way. So as soon as I get my copy of BES Silver and I'm able to work with it, we'll get some classes on the schedule. I don't know. I would say, Betty, I don't know. If your machine's wireless and you've got it, you should have the option within your software in P11 to choose that machine. If it's not seeing that machine, it's because you've got two different companies going on there. So,
yeah, and somebody asked, where was the question? Oh, okay. Tomorrow is, and this should have been in your supply list, Miss Susan. Hopefully. Let me make sure.
Do we know when? No, they told us end of November, and here we are. So I have no idea when silver's coming.
Yeah, I got told a long time from now, and then I got told you should get it in the next 2 weeks, and then I never got anything, so I haven't
I've been
asked.
anxiously awaiting it.
So, Miss Susan, there was a supply list. In the supply list, there are instructions on what to prep. I'll send out a reminder email for the class tomorrow.
I sent it out Friday.
Oh, so your reminder email
was sent out Friday.
Yeah, it was sent out Friday. So please just check the supply list, because there is, so for the panel, it just needs to be layered.
Yeah, it just needs to be layered. And in the instructions I told you with mine, what I did is I only layered my panel and my batting because some of the stitches aren't real pretty on the back. And so what I did for the sample in the store is I layered the backing on it when I was done, and I stitched in the ditch, because some of the stuff we're going to do is not going to be pretty on the back for it to look quilty.
Yeah.
And do keep in mind that the class is really about learning skills, not about making a pretty sample.
Although it can look pretty.
It can look pretty, but I think don't make it hard on yourself.
So tomorrow's class is going to be Luminaire Solaris Upgrade class that includes 1, 2, and 3. And we have a recorded version too. So if you didn't get signed up for it and you want to do the class is amazing. You do everything from couching and embroidery to couching and sewing to edge to auto split quilt sashing to the taper stitch, and I can just go on and on. So it's a skill builder.
It is. It's definitely fun.
And so, like I said, you can still get signed up for that. You would just, and don't forget, you need the kit that goes along with it. So get signed up, get the kit, and you can do it at your leisure. Do you know what it was? We do not know that. And did you answer the USB question? What
No.
size USB? So Tina put 3 gigs to 32 gigs. That's great.
8 gigs to 32 gigs.
8. You can also go smaller. You could use a 1. You can use a 2. Those you don't find as often. You won't have a problem with that at all. Don't go bigger than the 32.
So, usually what I tell people is, 32 gigs is great.
That's a lot.
But if you're the person that can't figure out how to get just the PES files on the USB, you're going to be going through folder and folder and folder and folder to get to it's going to take forever to get to the design that you're looking for. So, my suggestion is usually stick around 8 or 4 to 8, because that way the USB doesn't have more on it that you can.
Yeah.
That it takes more than 20 minutes to find.
I usually
your design.
I'm an 8 to 16
Yeah,
kind of girl.
I am too.
But I don't store all my designs on there. I probably have like at max maybe about 10.
Yeah.
And then I get rid of them and then I put more on. And USBs do go bad too. So don't forget about that.
So take it from a gal that ended up paying almost $600 to have data retrieved off of a hard drive, an external hard drive that failed. I never saved any money by not having cloud storage. Just buy the cloud storage, put your designs in the cloud.
Okay, wanted to give you an update. I have almost everyone's wallflower quilts out there except the ones that just recently purchased them. If you're doing it without backing, it'll be ready next week. Yep, Michelle, if you have scan and cut, go get ready for your class. If you have, if you wanted it with backing, end of the month. If you ordered wallflower thread kits, next week. I had to restock on a couple different colors that I didn't have, and everything's taking longer. Habendash, which is the manufacturers of Filtech Glide thread, they were closed until the 2nd as well. They were closed for a long time, and they had they were just getting ramped up. But I did see my shipping confirmation, so next week you'll get all of that. If you ordered the kits for the Sweet Pea zipper pocket pouches, that's gonna, this week, some of them, half of them already went out. The other half will go out probably today or tomorrow. And today I am not staying late because I have to go home as soon as the day is done and go take care. I am Florence Nightingale. I'm the one that has to go and take care of. I had to make my own cup of joe this morning and I didn't like it. So I have to nurse Patrick back to health as quickly as possible. His doctor told him no housework. No housework. That is his whole job. Aside from working here, his job is housework. So you should have seen him this weekend trying to get all of his household duties done. Laundry, getting rid of the tree. What else did he was scurrying around. He was a very busy bee this weekend trying to get all of his domestic duties done. And now I have to be the diva. But I'm going to deliver because the man deserves it. So I'm going to try and get out as much as I can during the day. But I am leaving early tonight. I came in and worked all weekend so I could get out early. And since I'm going to be home, I'm hoping that I can get I can work on some videos on the new machine. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else super. I did want to show you this. The giveaway. I know you guys are super excited. You're going to have to wait one more day. Patrick said he would be on the live feed with us tomorrow. He'll be on the live feed with us tomorrow, and we'll do the giveaway tomorrow. But this is the gorgeous necklace that Violet made. So this is going to be one of the giveaways. These are beads that we bought when we were in Tokyo. This is aquamarine, so it's a really, really pale blue. And we put it, this is just gold filled. And we put a little extender on it, so it's going to fit many. And this will be one of the giveaways tomorrow. So I just wanted to show you, because you can still get your comment in. So this was from Friday's live feed. So if you want to leave a comment from that. And then the bag of goodies from Japan, that is going to be from, the live feed. That was, what is your solution? Solution? I think that was like one of the days before we left. So just wanted to give you a little teaser. I was like, Violet, whip that up. And she's just so good at it. I've been wearing mine. This is mine. So I can't think of anything right now. I'll try and be more organized tomorrow. But tomorrow's going to be the class with is going to be the upgrade class, and then I just want to check the calendar really quickly. So the upgrade class, and then the only other class we have this week is going to be the mystery wallflower January block. If you haven't gotten your design yet, and I did have to switch, because if you have multiple email addresses, I usually assign it to, because it's too hard for me to remember if you have multiples who needs this, because a lot of you have multiples. If you have not gotten your wallflower design for January yet, please reach out to me so I can get that for you now and not like a couple minutes before the class. So send me a note. I'll be checking, and let me know if I need to. Maybe something wasn't entered right, but everyone should have their design at this point. And yes, Joanne, oh, look at Joanne wants that one. You got to start channeling your inner winner. I want you to all win. So, and if you don't, I talked to Violet, like, you guys, makers gotta make. And that's what we are. We have so much, because when Violet's home, she'll just start whipping stuff up. So we'll do a trunk show sometime this year if you don't win. And she does gorgeous stuff. And Mom does some pretty good stuff too. So we'll do something. I couldn't wait. Oh, Susan, hey, if you can't wait, don't wait. If you're like, you have so many projects and the sew-alongs just keep you doing what, keep you on track, then use the sew-alongs to keep you on track. But if you can't wait, start stitching. I can't wait to see. It was really beautiful, and it was a ton of fun. So, yeah, I was just looking at ours that's hung up, because I need to remember to take that with me when we do the class. Any word on the Sally? Oh, I know. Those are worth the wait too. They changed the ship date to be, it was, and I totally get it. If anyone wants to cancel those, you can cancel them. I think they're so worth the wait, because the colors are fantastic, and then the pulls are so cute. But it's Sally Tomato Fruit, and let's see. I will reach out to my rep and see what they have to say on those, and I'll let you know. All right, I'm going to get going. We have a lot to do. Be creative, make something awesome. We will see you tomorrow, and I think Patrick